Welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch along of Leeds United versus Leicester City at Elland Road. A massive, massive game in our championship season today as Leeds take on the league leaders who currently sit ahead of us in the points tally. If we are to win today, that would massively, massively help our chances of going up because this is, of course, the biggest hurdle we have left apart from maybe Southampton on the last day of the season. Welcome everybody who has joined so far. Nice to have you all here. All the regulars, Liam B, Jeff Biss, Munchy Toy, God61. Let's keep going with it. Render, Lockbones Music. Everybody, yeah, who's usually in today. And also, welcome to all of our Leeds Lately members. Of course, if you want to become a Leeds Lately member, just hit that join button down below. That should make me be a little bit louder. Is that okay? And then, of course, yes, we've got all our Leeds Lately members like Chewy Backer, Karen Curtin, John Garside, CB, Rob Bailey. Have I missed anyone? Rad Music Chat, Ben. I think that's it for everybody who's here so far. But so thank you all so much for joining me. Welcome to Sujal as well, and welcome to Mia Tamor Khan Sataksai. What would you like to be known as? Because it's quite long to read that out every time. So if you want to know, just let me know. Let's have a look. Shouldn't be too bad, Rob. Is it like somebody else? Let me know. Is there a mic issue? I don't think anybody else has said anything apart from Rob, so it may be just a Rob issue. Someone let me know. Mic sounds good for you, loud and clear. So I think it might be on your end, Rob. I'm afraid. Right, that's good. Of course, we are just a few minutes away from kickoff. We shall, of course, go through the lineup as well. It is unchanged with Meslier in goal, Gray at right back, Rodon and Ampadu forming that defensive pair, Firpo at left back, Gruev and Kamara in the midfield with ahead of them Nonto, Jorginho, Crescencio Somerville, and up top, Joel Pirou. Of course, leading the line as Bamford is back on the bench after his injury picked up in the warm up in a previous game recently. So he's back on the bench again. You've got Dan James on the bench, Connor Roberts on the bench. All of those players who can come in and make a difference in this game. Pretty confident coming into this game. The form that we've been in with a form side in the entirety of Europe. When you look across all the leagues, there is no team that has picked up more games from their last 8 or from their entire 2024 than we have. We are on fire at the moment. We've only conceded 1 goal in that time as well. So hopefully that continues tonight. And Leeds, of course, lining up in the tunnel now up against the Leicester side. If you haven't seen it, I did do a tactical preview on this game, talking about Enzo Maresca's tactics, how he would employ them and how Leeds might be able to combat them and come up against them. And a key player for them today, certainly, Ricardo Pereira with the captaincy, looks to be leading them out tonight as they run out onto the pitch at Elland Road, getting ready for this big championship clash. Looks like they brought a few fans. Well, when things are going well, yeah, you tend to, don't you? So yeah, it looks like they've brought a few. We've actually got the right kit today. Leeds playing in white against Leicester's blue. Is marching on together. Rings out around Elland Road. I'll tell you what. Let's see what I can do about that volume. Just give me a second. I haven't gone anywhere. We might actually be able to do this from here. 1 second. We're all gonna be there. We love you, Leeds. Current Leeds team. I'll put that on the screen whilst I'm doing this. Advanced audio properties. This could be better for you. Let me know what you think. Is this better? Is this better? Let's test it even louder. There we go. There we go. Let's try that. That's all we can do for now. Should be okay. But anyway, Leicester's lineup: Hermansen in goal, Chowdhury at right back, Fass, Vestergaard and Justin as the back four, Ricardo, Winks and Dewsbury Hall in midfield, and Fatawu, Daka and Mavididi are the front three. I think Sky Sports have got this wrong. This is not how Leicester line up. Ricardo is actually playing right back, and Chowdhury is playing in midfield as the sort of chief distributor, and Ricardo Pereira will, from his right back position, drift into midfield and play in that midfield role. I don't know if any of you saw my tactical breakdown and my tactical preview of this game, but there's a lot to be said for the way that Leicester are playing. I think Nick is taking the mick. He's taking the nick. These players all just high-fiving each other, getting ready. Want Georgie to score tonight? Yeah. He's scored a few in the last few games, Rob, which is the thing. He was in form. I think he'd scored 5 in his last 4 or 4 in his last 5, something like that. So that's why it was a big thing that he's out for this game, because he was really in form. Of course, if you haven't already and you want to put anything down in the chat below, you'll have to hit that subscribe button. Hit that down below, and hopefully we can get to the next little milestone. And of course, as well, if you want to check out classic football shirts, use my affiliate link in the description and use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout for 10% off there. Yeah, it'd be amazing if Archie scored, but don't care who scores. Don't care who scores as long as somebody scores. Leicester look like they're going to be the ones taking the kick after they've won the coin toss. Big game this tonight. Big game, people. Farke masterclass tonight, please. In Farke we cook. In Farke we trust. Come on, Leeds. Oh. Timer won't go off until they stand up again. And we are underway at Elland Road. Ball with Chowdhury and then Winks and then into Daka, but Leeds take it off them quickly. Here's Kamara. Tries to chip a little ball towards Peru, but Leeds are pressing as fast. Tries to pass the ball back to Hermansen, and nearly Leeds get onto that pressing there. A good play from Archie Gray there to get in front of Mavididi, head the ball out. It's going to be a James Justin throw-in right on the halfway line. Leeds fans look to be in great voice tonight. Dewsbury Hall pings that one forward, and Rodon's going to have to deal with it against Daka. And Daka's taken it away from him here, but Daka's touch heavy, and Meslier is able to fall on that one. And Leeds can relax a second, but 35 seconds in, and it's gone a little bit haywire already here at Elland Road. Welcome, Justin. Welcome. Like Justin says, smash that like button as well. Long ball forward there from Ampadu, and Jorginho nearly got on the end of it, but Fass was able to put it away. Fass telling his teammates to calm down at the moment, and it does seem to be a bit frantic and a bit erratic at Leicester from the back, so hopefully we can take advantage in these early exchanges. Firpo with the throw-in then, inside to Jorginho. Jorginho looking for a way to get the ball into the box, gets the ball across, but it is going to be a Leeds corner. Looks like Leeds are really going to put it on Leicester tonight, use the home advantage, use the crowd, and really test the mettle of that back line. Crescencio Somerville then. One arm up. Whips it into the box. Headed away there by Vestergaard. Taken down though by Kamara, and then played back to the halfway line for Archie Gray. Remember, guys, as well, don't say if a goal goes in at either end in this game. I don't want to know until I've celebrated it. Until you've seen me celebrate it and put it on the scoreboard, don't put it in the chat. Just remember that. Ball back with Ethan Ampadu now. And then all the way back to Illan Meslier. Meslier just outside of his box looking for a passing option here. He's going to... Oh, no, he looked like he was going to play it long forward, and I think he is in the end. No, he's going to play it to Gruev. Gruev plays it back to Meslier. They're pressing high up here, Leicester, and Meslier has to go with his right foot and chip it forward. Nonto somehow brings that down, but it only goes as far as Mavididi. Mavididi into the midfield. Tries to switch it over to Fatawu on the opposite wing, but it's going to be a throw into Junior Firpo. Yeah, it was 5 goals in his 5 previous appearances, Jamie Vardy. Injury and training yesterday, apparently. It's going to be a throw into Leeds just outside their own box. He's Firpo then. Firpo with a long throw in down the line. Headed to Jorginho by a Leicester player. But Leicester do pick it back up again. He was Fatawu. Now Winks back down the line with a little 1-2 to Fatawu. Firpo is chasing back. He's got Ricardo Pereira inside him here if he needs him. Goes back instead, though, to Chowdhury. Now Winks. Dewsbury Hall on the edge. Shoots from distance. Well wide there. Meslier had that one covered. Yeah, he's dragged that wide, Dewsbury Hall, and I don't think he was ever going to be beating Meslier from that distance, not with Mellier's long frame. Here's Joe Rodon as he brings the ball out from the back. Charging towards the halfway line here, Rodon. Ball inside to Nonto. Nice little 1-2 with Archie Gray down the line. Archie Gray cuts it back to Nonto. Nonto, little flick to Joel Peru in the box, and Peru skied it there. Really, really good early chance there for Leeds to get a goal, and Peru either could have kept that down, got his head over it, or let it run all the way through to Somerville, who was completely unmarked at the back post. Really good play there from Leeds, and Peru, just get your head over it. That's all you need. Yeah, wasted opportunity there, Justin, and I do feel like these are the sorts of misses that you come to rue when you play a team like Leicester. You've got to put that in the back of the net. You really do. Here's Hermansen out to Vestergaard, and then they try and play through the lines here to Dewsbury Hall. Archie Gray goes through the back of him, but they're still going here with James Justin, and then Jorginho fouls Justin and then stops him playing that quick free kick. Here's Winks. Now Chowdhury. Chowdhury fouled there by Joel Peru. Good tackle by Archie Gray. Oh, no, it's not. It's a foul for Archie. Sorry, Gruev there. Yeah, it's a bad challenge there from Gruev. He's just slipped. How far behind must I be if there's been a bloody Leicester goal, apparently? Seven seconds behind being 30 seconds behind. Bloody hell. They're just waiting for this to go in. Towards the back post, headed up in the air, headed away, and then shot, and then skied over the bar. Skied over the bar by Fatawu. Like, where's this goal then? How surely that bloke couldn't have been like, or that kid more likely. He can't have been like that many minutes in front of us, surely. Well, thank God, I hope not. Here's Meslier. Now Joe Rodon. Rodon with a long ball forward towards Nonto. It goes all the way to Hermansen, who sends that one back up to the halfway line. Rodon with a header. Jorginho gets the ball there, but it's given us an advantage. Here's Mavididi up against Archie Gray on the left-hand side. Goes backwards. Now Nonto. Here's Jorginho. Jorginho inside. God, he loses the ball there. He should have passed it, Jorginho. And here's Winks. Dewsbury Hall. Now James Justin. Back to Hermansen here. He's Vestergaard trying to charge out from the back and play the ball into the midfield. Daka's the one who picks it up from striker and actually gives it back to Winks, and then Winks into Pereira. Pereira now into Daka, who plays it out wide to Fatawu here up against Junior Firpo. Cuts inside, looks for a chip towards the centre of the Leeds box, but headed away by Joe Rodon. Only as far back as Winks, and then Winks drags his shot. And that's going to be a Leeds goal kick. Hi, Penny, welcome. I don't really know why they're resorting to shooting from that far out. Here's Meslier. Meslier plays that one out wide to Rodon. Rodon comes inside here. Tries to play it down the line, but it's cut out by Winks, and it's going to be a throw into Leeds. Joe Rodon getting a bit frustrated there that nobody's coming to take that throw-in off him. Archie Gray with a good little touch there to go past Mavididi, and he gains Leeds some yards, and they're in the opposition half now with a throw-in. Here's Archie Gray. Jorginho into Nonto. Taken off him, and now Vestergaard plays it back to Hermansen. Cross to Vestergaard. Vestergaard plays that one into midfield. Ooh, sliding tackle there from Daka. It's not adjudged to be a foul, but Leicester can carry on with the ball here. Here's Chowdhury. Back to Hermansen. Hermansen's going to send that one long up the pitch. It's going to go all the way through to Meslier, who's in his change strip of green tonight when he usually would wear the exact same kit as Dale. Just so negative. Just try and be positive for once. We're not playing badly. Here's Rodon. We already created a couple of good chances very early on here. Rodon plays it down the line. Here's Gruev. Back to Rodon, and then all the way back to Meslier. Meslier's got Ampadu, who he can use, and he does. Goes across his own goal to do so, though. Here's Ampadu. Now Firpo. Firpo inside to Gruev, and then back to Kamara. This is really good play from Leeds to get out of their back line. Now Jorginho tries to just play that ball into the path of Junior Firpo, who was running onto it, but the path is astray, and it's going to be a throw into Leicester here through Chowdhury. Chowdhury throws that backwards, and Leeds can potentially climb up the pitch a little bit here. Hi, Amy. Welcome. Here's now Pereira. Ball into Patson Daka, who plays it across to Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, and then out wide to Mavididi. Mavididi up against Archie Gray here, trying to get the better of him, but Nonto is helping. Justin's got a bit of space on the edge of the box to cross it in. It's headed and only dropped upon by Meslier there. Really easy save for him, but he shouldn't have had a free header there at the back post. Nonto and Archie Gray trying to double up on Mavididi, but it left room for Justin to try and get that ball in the box. Here's Ampadu now. Ampadu's going to try and send that one long, and he does right down the line there. And nice little touch by Peru, but Leeds can't quite keep hold of the ball. And now Peru blocks that one out for a Leicester throw-in. It's been pretty much end-to-end so far in this game. Two top sides in the Championship really going at it against each other. Yeah, Leicester are trying to press us. We're not trying to press them too much. Justin with the clearance there. Going to go out for a throw-in there to Junior Firpo. Here's Firpo. Somerville tries to go past too many people, but he does win himself a throw-in. Yeah, Ricardo Pereira, who is traditionally a right back but drops into midfield or comes up into midfield, is actually making a lot of forward runs to try and overload the box. So we need to be careful that there's always an extra Leeds man to go with Pereira, because he had that free header at the back post a minute ago. And Pereira seems to be the one that's kind of trying to open himself up to be the free man. Here's Gruev. Ball into Kamara now. Kamara can charge forward with it here. He's got a bit of space. Plays it inside to Jorginho. Jorginho has got a man on his back who he goes past, but then the little flick from Pereira goes to Daka, and then they have the ball back, but they pass it straight to Kamara. Here's Peru, back to Kamara again. Kamara now to Nonto. Nonto uses his body really well there. Then into Jorginho. Jorginho turns, tries to play a ball into Somerville, but Leeds aren't able to squeeze through that defence there. And now Archie Gray with a really good challenge on Mavadidi, but he is still going here. And then Joe Rodon flies in and wins that challenge. Really good tackle there from Joe Rodon. Yeah, smash that like button if you haven't already. Throw in here to what I'd imagine would be James Justin. Ball back out for another throw-in. Thrown backwards this time by Justin into Vestergaard. Vestergaard now into... we've only played 13 minutes, to be fair. Freshly picked football videos. Good tackle there from Gruev. Here is Gruev again. Now Kamara. It's on Sky Sports. Here's Gruev. Now Ampadu. Back into Gruev and then back to Ampadu again. Cross to Joe Rodon. Archie Gray tries to play it inside, but Nonto wasn't on the same wavelength and tried to go forwards. Archie Gray's been done here by Mavadidi and he's still trying to get back. But here's Daka on the edge of the box now. Daka tries to shoot over the bar there. Don't know if it was a Melier save there. It might have been. Dale, if you're going to be that negative, just don't say anything. Like, just try and be positive. You only make yourself feel worse by being negative when nothing's actually happened yet. Here's Dewsbury Hall, ready to take this corner kick. Yeah, everybody smash the like button, try and get that up to 100. Ball into the box now. Towards the back post, headed in at the back post. Callum Sneath, I said don't put... don't put the score in the chat before it happens. How many times do I have to say it? Ball towards the back post and Wout Fass manages to get on it at the end of that corner. Yeah, he flicks it on Daka at the front post. And then, yeah, just completely unmarked at the back post. Then Archie Gray kind of jibs out of the challenge and Fass just heads it down into the goal. 1-0 to Leicester. Dewsbury Hall corner came in. Daka flicked it on and Wout Fass headed it into the bottom corner. Here's Ampadu. Now Rodon. Melier. Rodon. Why are Leeds fans singing Luca Ayling? Jorginho can't. Nothing will drop for him. We had 3 players in the far. I know if it's just one of them had stayed on the far post, that wouldn't have been a goal. So pass there from James Justin, cut out by Jorginho, but it doesn't go to a Leeds player in the end. But eventually it drops to Glenn Kamara. Here is Kamara. Back to Ampadu. Good ball over the top for Nonto here. Nonto on the right wing tries to get the ball back across the box to Joe Peru, who heads it back across the face of goal and didn't go in there. But Leeds are creating chances. We have created 2 really good chances in these early stages. Good ball from Joel Peru out originally to Nonto, and then Nonto whips it back into the box with pace, and he just doesn't quite head the ball exactly back where it came from into that far corner. Yeah, it's 2 very good moves, like Chewy Backer says, but we really need to put one of these in the back of the net. Here's Vestergaard as he comes forward, tries to play it into James Justin, who can then play it all the way through to Meslier. Not on the same wavelengths there as Patson Daka or Steffi Mavadidi. Here's Gruev. And now Rodon. Rodon's going to run that one out. Leeds have lost their heads a little bit here. Make sure you smash that like button, everyone. Perhaps if we get to 100 likes, we might come back and win this game. Maresca seems to have hurt his own hand. He's Justin. Now Nonto. Into Jorginho. Jorginho can charge forward here a little bit. His touch is heavy again. Jorginho, man. And it's going to be a free kick to Leeds right on the halfway line and a yellow card to Ricardo Pereira. And the entire Leicester team are going, oh no! And spinning around in circles and complaining that that was a yellow card. Yeah, Ricardo on a yellow card now. Yeah, that is a good sign for us that Ricardo Pereira's got a yellow card. I mean, it was a perfectly reasonable tackle, but here's Gruev. Back to Rodon. Back to Ampadu now. Chowdhury goes through the back of Somerville there, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Yeah, but he didn't. Jorginho ran into him, I would say. Fass is going to play that one long forward towards Meslier, who can catch that one and then roll it out to Joe Rodon. Here's Rodon with the ball into Nonto. They just seem to be more aggressive in the tackle here. Oh, Shrewsbury Hall's done really well there. That's not a penalty. No way. Ampadu came across past Shrewsbury Hall, and Shrewsbury Hall jumped on the floor there. It's going to be a throw-in in the end. No, there wasn't any contact. He just dived, Shrewsbury Hall. Yeah. Oh my God, the commentators are biased. Of course he's diving. It was just a good dive. Jorginho trying to win that ball back, and eventually he does. Good battling from Jorginho into Gruev, and then Pirro goes backwards. There's no need, and now Somerville can come forward with it. Somerville fouled there by Harry Winks. That's got to be a yellow card. How is that not even a free kick, ref? Vestergaard in a bit of trouble here and gives the ball away to Leeds. Here's Gruev, and now Kamara. Kamara into Piru. Back to Jorginho on the edge. Into Nonto's in the box here. Nonto can shoot. He comes inside. Nonto into Somerville. Nonto, why didn't you shoot on his right foot? Why did he not shoot on his right foot? Why did you cut back onto your left? Here's Mavadidi. Right on our right wing now. On our left wing, sorry. And Archie Gray plays that back to Joe Rodon, now Gruev. But Leeds are creating chances here, but you've got to be finishing that, Nonto. The fact that you can't even take a shot there is criminal. That is really criminal. You have to be shooting in that situation. There's no other way about it. Like, if you get a chance like that in the box, you have to shoot. Here is Nonto. Nonto coming inside here. Tries to play the ball into Jorginho, who would have been in there, but the ball's now back with Shrewsbury Hall. It's end-to-end this game. Leeds have created enough chances to be 3-1 up here to Leicester's one clear-cut chance, which was their goal. And Leeds should have buried it. Should have buried two, at least. Vestergaard with the ball into midfield here. Flicked And Daka's going to try and run all the way through here as there's a lot of space in behind, but he plays it out wide to Mavididi. Archie Gray facing up against him. Decides to come inside, plays the ball out to the back post, and a terrible touch there by Fatawu. And it's going to be a Leeds goal kick, but oh my God, we will rue these chances. Yeah, we've got to take these chances. We've got to take them. I can't believe that. Yeah, I'm watching it back now. Nonto, shoot there. Shoot. No, he takes a touch inside with his to try and put it on his left foot. I don't know why he did that. Whoa, something's happening. Somerville's in the box. Somerville. Oh, what a tackle that is by Vestergaard. This is why I hate when they show replays for so long. Leeds were through on goal then when it cut back. Here's Firpo. Must be a foul there. Firpo was fouled, but Leeds still have the ball here through Glenn Kamara. Glenn Kamara falls over but retains possession. Now into Somerville. Nice for him, Glenn Kamara. Now into Jorginho. Can't quite get hold of it. And here's Leicester having to panic clear the ball here up to the halfway line where Joe Rodon can bring it down again. Nonto's chance was really, really good. He should have just shot. He should have shot across the goalkeeper with his stronger right foot, and he just cut inside, heavy touch, and Winks managed to get a foot in. He was through on goal. Here's Kamara. Jorginho. Kamara. Back to Gruev. Gruev can come forward now. Sorry, Groif. Now Rodon. Yeah, he's buried harder chances in the last few weeks. That's what's frustrating. Here's Firpo. Now Kamara with a good turn there. Fouled there by Harry Winks here, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Yeah, we should have been 2 up, and then Pirou also had that header as well. Has anybody watched the Marvel movies? Because Yannick Vestergaard looks just like the Red Skull from Marvel. His head looks like his skin's pulled too tightly over his skull. It's quite scary, actually. They're coming forward again here, though. Kane and Dewsbury Hall, ball into Mavididi on the left-hand side. Mavididi facing up against Joe Rodon, trying to fashion an opportunity to shoot, but here's Winks. Back out wide to the other side to Fatawu. Fatawu just kind of passes the ball to Meslier then, and Leeds can calmly play out from the back once again. But this game is very, very much end-to-end, and Leeds have had the chances to score here, and it's incredibly frustrating to watch when you know that in a game like this you have to take your chances, and we've had them and not taken them. Oh yeah, I forgot we haven't lost a game at Elland Road either. It's not just our 8 wins in a row record, it's the fact that we have never lost a game here this season. Here's Meslier has to play the ball out for a throw-in the end. Leeds taking too long with it at the back here. If we can get a goal before half-time, then you'd like to think we can calm things down a little bit, but here's James Justin. Now Dewsbury Hall. Little flick towards Justin. Justin back across the box towards the back post. Firpo chests it back to Meslier and then rolls out to Glenn Kamara. Leeds coming forward again. Kamara turns. He's going to play. He's tried to play that ball to Somerville, but Leeds' counter-attack's gone down the pan. His Joe Rodon's pass into the attack there isn't very good. And now Dewsbury Hall has it again. Archie Gray trying to get on the right side of him, but can't. He has to go back, though, to Mavididi. Here's James Justin. Across to Vestergaard and then into the midfield for Chowdhury. Then out wide to Dewsbury Hall. Gruev with the tackle, and then Nonto comes in with the second tackle, and it's going to be a free kick. Oh, Dewsbury Hall's going down, holding his leg, and Maresca's going mental. He barely touched him. Nah, I mean, there's nothing in that. He got there a little bit late, Nonto, Just, nah, it's a shoulder charge. It's a shoulder charge. It's not going to... yeah, I mean, as well, why do they wear shin pads that are so small and then moan that it hurts? Wear bigger shin pads then. It's not going to slow you down that much, is it? That'd be ridiculous. Vestergaard now. Little flick on by Pereira. Now back with Winks. Winks trying to play it forward here to Mavadidi, but his ball's going to go all the way out into touch. Yeah, but the reason I think Rodon is struggling a little bit, Liam, is because I think he's isolated a little bit because a lot of the time Archie Gray's not getting a tackle in early enough. Phil Bailey saying no shots on target from the 4 big chances for Leeds is criminal. Absolutely. I mean, how can Nonto not even just put that one on target? Long ball here from Melier. Nonto brings it down so well there and plays it to Kamara, who plays it back out wide to Jorginho. Here is Jorginho up against Vestergaard, who slides in, and Jorginho wussed out of the tackle there, and then the ball down the line from Justin is going to be a Leeds throw-in. Here's Gray. Gray looking for an opportunity to throw the ball in here, but nobody's moving for him. Here's Nonto, and then Winks just knocks it out. Gray, going to have to just wang it down the line, I'm afraid. As far as you can. Into Jorginho's feet here, though. Jorginho turns, plays it into Piru, and now Nonto. That's better from Leeds. Back to Archie Gray again, and now Nonto pokes it back to Gruev. Leeds need to get out of this situation, but they do have the ball still. Now, Melier. Hi, Ryan, welcome. Ampadu, Gruev. Now Kamara. Good ball from Kamara back across to Joe Rodon here. Joe Rodon can come forward a little bit into Nonto, but then back to Rodon again. Cross to Ampadu. Into Piru now. Piru's come deep for this now and giving the ball to Gruev, who's slotted into that sort of centre-back role as he plays it across the line to Joe Rodon. Rodon into Nonto and then back to Rodon again. Back to Nonto, but that one's going to just go out for a throw-in. Rodon, I think, is struggling tonight. He's not having a great game. Throw in here to James Justin then. Throws it towards the halfway line. Flicked on by Daka here, but Ampadu can pick that one up and give it all the way back to Melier. This is what I said in my tactical preview. Literally said this in my tactical preview, that in midfield they like to have an extra man, and they're always going to have that. Here's Joel Piru, tries to play the ball through to Jorginho, and he's gone to Hermansen, who's going to try and send that one long. Sends it up to the halfway line. Firpo wins it. Now Kamara pokes it back to Firpo. Just a lot of our touches and stuff are a bit loose tonight. It's going to be a Leicester throw-in somehow, even though Firpo was the one that was tackled. But yeah, they've always tried to have an extra man in midfield by pushing their right full-back into the midfield and having Dewsbury Hall and Winks as the two sort of wide tens, with Pereira pushing on to help as well. So they're always going to outnumber us in midfield unless we drop somebody else in to help whilst they've got the ball. And it means that they've always got a free man to play to, and that's why they're having so much joy playing through us, but why we're not having much joy playing through them, because they've always going to have an extra man, which means that we need to drop somebody else in to that midfield whilst they have the ball. And potentially whilst we have the ball as well, someone drop in and then go forward again. Here's Joe Rodon, back to Melier. Here's Rodon. Long ball down the line here towards Nonto. Got to go all the way through to Hermansen in the Leicester City goal. The Yeah, somebody mentioned there, Lockbones Music mentioning how we have to use Somerville more because everything seems to be going down this right hand side to Nonto, and Somerville is probably or definitely the more dangerous player this season, and we don't seem to be trying to use him as much. The left hand side, or their left hand side, our right hand side is where they've got James Justin, who's an out and out fullback. On their right hand side and our left hand side, we have Somerville up against Chowdhury, who's a holding midfielder and doesn't have anywhere near as much pace because they're pushing in Ricardo Pereira into the midfield. So surely to God, you want to play down that side to exploit a player who's playing out of position, having to drop in at right back Chowdhury when Leeds have the ball. So here's Jorginho. Jorginho nutmegs a player there and then free kick on him. Yeah, Nonto just completely leaves fast for that corner, doesn't he? And then Gray has to kind of switch on to him now being his man, but Nonto probably didn't give him the shout. Here's Jorginho. Tries to play it down the line, but then wins it back anyway. Here's Jorginho trying to play the ball over the top for Somerville. Tries to get into the box, and then that's going to be a free kick as Somerville apparently tripped over Vestergaard there, and it's going to be a free kick to Leicester. I think he does trip him slightly there, Vestergaard, but don't know. It's going to be a free kick then to Leicester Hermansen to take it. Oh no, Fass is going to take it. He's going to play it to Hermansen. Oh no, he's not going to play it all the way wide to Vestergaard. Vestergaard into James. Just in a really good tackle there from Nonto. And that's going to be a throw-in. Honestly, the amount that Maresca remonstrates and shouts and screams on the touchline. Yeah, Justin just seeing what I mean now. Nice little pass from Jorginho. Gets it back off Kamara here. He's got a lot of players on him, but turns and goes past Dewsbury. Oh, good tackle there by Dewsbury Hall in the end. Plays it into Mavididi. Mavididi's going to have to go back because Leeds are putting pressure on them to go backwards here. Little chip ball into midfield and a little flick, but Leeds are able to deal with that through Joe Rodon. Back to Jorginho. It's going to be an advantage there because he went right through the back of Jorginho. Here's Nonto. Plays it to Ampadu. Now Nonto, back to Ampadu. Back out wide to Archie Gray. Archie Gray to Nonto now. Nonto out wide to Ampadu, who's on the right wing. Ampadu crosses the ball into the box. It goes over everyone, but are they going to be able to deal with it here? Here's Fatawu in a right-back position, trying to clear the ball. Clears all the way up to the halfway line. But Jorginho did get a whack in the back of the head there, and he'd like to think that they'd go back and give a yellow card for that on the advantage. Remember, guys, if a goal goes in at either end in these games, do not ever say it in the chat until I've said it. Until I've celebrated or cried or put it on the screen. Here's Ampadu. Ball back to Meslier now. Gruev into Piru. Now Jorginho tries to play it forward again to Somerville, but the ball goes back to Ampadu. Here's Ampadu again. Ampadu manages to get the ball to Somerville somehow, very lucky. Now the ball out wide to Nonto. Well, he's not too wide. He's got Archie Gray ahead of him, but he goes forward here. Plays the ball to Archie Gray inside the box. Tries to get it back across, but it is going to be a Leeds corner. I think it's a combination of the fact that we are panicking a little bit. We're overplaying things. We're underplaying things. We're making passes that go wide of the mark. And also, we're just not taking our chances, but Ampadu and Joe Rodon have gone up for this corner now as Gruev takes it. Gruev towards the front stick, headed up in the air, straight up in the air. Ampadu tries to head it back in. Firpo as well. Now Nonto heads it back in towards the box. Still trying to clear it here, Leicester. Good tackle there by Nonto, and then Gruev can hopefully get here before Mavididi. Great tackle by Gruev there. The amount of those that he makes is unbelievable. It's a really, really good tackle there from Ilya Gruev. He always makes those, and he always knows how to get just enough on them to take it away from the attacker. Dewsbury Hall goes back to James Justin here, and then all the way back to Vestergaard, who plays it into Winks. Winks tries to play a ball into midfield to Ricardo Pereira, who hits it back to Fast, but Leeds can try and press a little bit here as they go straight through the middle again. Here's Winks, and then out wide again to Fatawu. Junior Firpo up against Fatawu here. He has to go backwards, though, to Chowdhury, and Somerville can put a bit of pressure on. They go all the way back to the goalkeeper here, and that's knocked Leicester right back into their own half here, and Leeds are going to put a bit of pressure on to try and win the ball back. And they do here. Here's Ampadu. Goes all the way back to Meslier, though. Meslier up to Rodon. Then across to Ampadu. Leeds playing deep in their own half at the moment. Looking for a way to get the ball forward. Here's Meslier. Plays it to Rodon. Rodon plays it forward to Nonto and then to Gruev, and then a little ball over the top to Archie Gray. Really good play there by Leeds. Vestergaard comes across, but Archie Gray still has the ball here. Here is Archie Gray. It's a Nonto, tries to take it with him into the box and can't quite, and then that's a foul by Winks! That's a foul by Winks, not by Jorginho. Are you taking the mick, ref? How on earth is that a Leicester free kick? Are you taking the mick? Good tackle by Jorginho, gets the ball away from Winks, and then Winks just falls over on top of Jorginho, and somehow that's a Leicester free kick. Honestly, the standard of refereeing is awful. Patrick Bamford and Connor Roberts are shown on the bench tonight. I think they could make a difference. Going to be a free kick then for Vestergaard. Yeah, Bamford will come on for Peru at some point later on, I would imagine. Unless we do that thing where we just put all the attackers on. Gruev's won the ball back here. Nice ball into Somerville. Somerville with a little bit of space here to run at the box. Tries to go out wide and then tries to shoot and sends it, oh my God, almost out of the south stand. Just got to keep the ball down. Well, I don't understand how you can... I know you're trying to put power through it, but I don't understand how you can possibly get it that high off target. Leicester taking a long time over this goal kick, and now they have taken it. Here's Hermansen. Sorry, that was the cop that went into, not the south stand. Here's Archie Gray and then Gruev, and then back to Gruev again. Now Ampadu. Leeds come out the other side here. Kamara back to Ampadu. Cross to Joe Rodon. Now Ampadu again. Shot hit at my house, and I live in Australia. Here's Gruev with a nice pass to Nonto. Nonto's got James Justin pushing up on him, but he uses a long ball down the line to Archie Gray. Takes a nice touch back inside. Loses the ball, though, Archie Gray there, but he is going to have to win it, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Surely that's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Yes, it is. Here's Kamara. Little ball into Ampadu, who can charge forward now. Ampadu running into the midfield. Dispossessed there, but keeps the ball again. Now back to Nonto. Nonto down the line to Jorginho. Jorginho is inside the box here, and he's tackled there by Vestergaard. He's going to get the ball back here, Nonto. Pokes it back to Joel Piroux on the edge of the box. Looking for a chance to shoot, but gets the ball to Nonto instead. Nonto tackled there by Mavididi, and Leicester can come away with it. But Leeds are putting a lot of pressure on them here. And the ball's just gone out from Archie Gray, and Joel Piroux's very frustrated about that. But it's going to be a Leicester throw-in just by their own box. Leeds, if we keep creating chances like the ones that we've created so far, we need to put one of them in the back of the net. James Justin walking about halfway up the pitch there. Shrewsbury Hall sends that one long. Now Ampadu. Yeah, I'm hoping so, Rob, that James's pace will be a nightmare in the second half. I'm hoping so because he does tend to do that to teams. Here's Nonto. Nonto to come forward with it now. Gets it back to Jorginho. Jorginho tries to poke it past Vestergaard there, and now Leicester are able to come away with it through Shrewsbury Hall. Groif doing really well to track him back here. Holding his shirt a little bit there and forcing him backwards. Back with Mavididi. Now back to Mavididi again. Here's Justin playing the ball all the way back to Hermansen. So good defending there by Leeds. Yeah, I agree, Karen. If we get one now, it would make a massive, massive difference. I don't know, Cleveland. We just need to put the ball in the back of the net, don't we? It can't be that hard. Here's a chance. Hermansen's giving the ball away to Nonto here. Nonto back to Kamara. Kamara has got a man on his back. I don't know if he knows, but does. He gets the ball back to Nonto again. Nonto into Jorginho. Jorginho inside the box here. Tries to go past Chowdhury, and it is going to be a Leeds throw-in or corner there. I couldn't quite tell which one it went out for, but Jorginho just needed a way to get his shot off. It's going to be a throw-in, though, to Archie Gray. Archie Gray can't take this throw-in yet because nobody's offering him enough space to give it to them. Here's Archie Gray. Back to Jorginho. Jorginho trying to go in the box, but he's trying to go past 3 players at once. Grev coming up against Shrewsbury Hall again here, trying to stop him from going forward, and then Roden does well to get his body in the way there. Here's Archie Gray inside to Kamara. Kamara plays it back to Rodon sensibly, and Leeds can play again from the back here. Here's Ampadu charging into midfield here. Tries to play the ball into Jorginho, who does get there before Vestergaard. And how on earth that's not a free kick? How on earth that's not a free kick, I don't know. But Joe Rodon does well to sweep that up. Now Archie Gray out wide to Nonto again. Leeds can come forward here. Nonto tries to poke it forwards towards the edge of the box, but it's cut out. And Leeds can pick it back up again on the halfway line. Here's Joe Rodon again. Now Ampadu. Ampadu to Kamara. Kamara turns nicely and gets away from Ricardo Pereira. Firpo tries to play that one back across, but Winks wins it. And now the ball with Patson Daka. Plays it into Shrewsbury Hall, who's got Mavididi ahead of him. Mavididi now drops behind him and gets the ball on the halfway line and comes forward up against Archie Gray. Mavididi goes back over the halfway line to James Justin and gives it to Winks and back to Justin again for a few little interchanges of passes before going to Chowdhury and then all the way back to Vestergaard. Then Vestergaard goes back to Hermansen. Yeah, I think Kamara has been good. The reason that Kamara has been good, I think, in this game is because of the way that Leicester set up with the fact that they've got so many people in midfield. If you've got somebody like Kamara who can turn his man and beat his man, then it opens up a bit more space. And that's why I think Kamara has been effective. Here's Ampadu. Here is Kamara. Back to Joe Rodon. Across to Groif. 2 minutes added on to this first half, by the way, of which we've had 30 seconds so far. Ampadu. He's going to try and play a long ball into Jorginho's feet, who just manages to stay up before getting fouled. At last, Winks gets a foul against him. And I think it should be a yellow card by now, the amount of fouls that Winks has made. Hermansen still hasn't had to make a save. Phil Bailey saying absolutely. Here's Glenn Kamara. Back to Ampadu. Now Groif. Now Kamara. Kamara goes past his man, does really well. Fast trying to come forward with it here, and he gets fouled, and it's going to be a free kick. I've had 5 shots and none on target. his winks. Now Justin. Somerville's temporarily swapped wings here with Nonto. Good tackle there by Rodon. Long ball forward here, and Meslier can come and collect that one. Here's Groif into Somerville. Somerville plays it back there to Joe Rodon. Can play it all the way back to Meslier, and then it's going to be half-time here. Bloody hell. Why is Maresca like this? I watched his coach's voice video about his tactics and stuff, and he seemed all right, but he's just, everything I've seen since, he just seems like a right knob. He just doesn't seem like he's, I don't know, he just doesn't respect anybody else. He's just, how on earth have we not scored? Right, I'm going to go for a very short break, and we're going to talk about tactically what needs to change in this game. So I will be back very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere, and get your comments in the chat down below. Hello, I am back. I am just going to do the sub prediction thing now, so I don't have to do it later when I'm stressed about the game. We're going to do it a bit differently this time. We're going to do it 10-minute intervals. Right. Where were we when we finished at half-time? Yeah, true, back saying mind games. It is, but then also it's like, if you're a Leicester fan, you go, no, don't say that in case they beat us. Like, you'd be fuming, wouldn't you? And then, man thinks he's Pep Guardiola. Not sure with this, what this trend is with Leicester managers being extremely entitled. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But it's extremely annoying to play against. Let's have a look. Definitely Bamford for Peru, and Dan James for Nonto in the second half, unless he swaps Nonto with Somerville and James comes on for Cree. I would imagine that Dan James would come on for Nonto because I think Somerville's the better player, and Somerville, it just hasn't really been going down Somerville's side at the moment. I think if it does, we have a lot more joy. Like I said, because Chowdhury is dropping in at right back as a holding midfielder, and that's not his natural position. Surely the better side for us to go down is the side that Chowdhury's on, because that allows us the most chance to exploit someone. James Justin is a very, very good left back, and he's very quick, so you're going to have less joy against him. Because that's where Nonto's playing, and so I do feel like we need to go down the left hand side more. I think the reason that everybody thinks that Kamara is playing so well is because of his ability to turn a man. Let's see if I get the tactics board out a second, because talked about this in the preview. That's going to be hard to see, I think. But I talked about this in the preview. If you imagine that this is Leeds' back four, Leicester have 4 in midfield, whilst we only have 3. So Leeds are in yellow, yeah. You've got Jorginho, who's kind of playing at the front of this diamond. You've got Gruev and Kamara, but within their midfield, you've got Dewsbury Hall, you've got Winks, you've got Ricardo Pereira, and you've got whoever else is playing in their midfield. You've got somebody else playing in their midfield who's dropping into there as well. So they've got 4 in midfield whilst we've got 3. So if you imagine that this player's got the ball, somebody's going to come to him, somebody's going to go to them, and they're going to mark the passing options. But if he just goes like that, then he's always got a spare man, and that's why they're getting joy through people like Dewsbury Hall, and that's why Dewsbury Hall's always in so much space in these areas to have Fatawu come in with him so they can provide a 2-on-1 up against Archie Gray, and I think that's also why Archie Gray's struggling. So for me, I think Nonto needs to help him a bit more in there to come back and help that. But also, I think it's about bringing another player into that midfield, dropping them back, even if Nonto drops into the midfield for a second. It really gives you just a little bit of extra stability in the fact that you've got a player to mark every single one of their midfield players. Yes, we've had joy in creating chances and stuff because we're able to turn the ball over and get at them. But like I said, that's what I said in the preview. When they come and counter press us and they come to try and come forward in those seconds, straight after we lose the ball. Straight after they lose the ball, when they try to come forward, you see them surge forward to try and win the ball, and then they have to go back again once we come forward, and we were able to get a bit of joy through that and through stretching them, because they do have their fullbacks so high up. One of them actually is in the midfield and the other one makes it a back 3, so you do have a chance to get some joy down the wings when they are stretched like this and they haven't got that sort of that defensive stability. I know he likes to set up with almost like a 5 sort of diamond shaped backline thing as a rest defense like this sort of 5-man rest defense here. But when they all surge forwards and Leeds try to get at them, Leeds are able to exploit that. It's the fact that they've always got this extra man in midfield, and that is again why I think that Kamara is having such a good game. Because he is the one who is able to turn his man. He's the one who he gets the ball like that, and instead of this man just stopping him doing anything and having to go back all the time, he has got the ability to turn and come forward, which then springs everybody else coming forward as they try to press him, and that's when you open up the spaces, and that's why I think Kamara is having so much joy. But in there, it's about making sure that Kiernan Dewsbury Hall doesn't have the run of things, which at the moment, he's got a lot of time and space to get the ball in these wide areas and to get Mavididi running off him to create space for him down the wing on Archie Gray's side. And like I said, that's why Archie Gray, I think, is also struggling. So I think in the second half, it's important that we don't let Dewsbury Hall have too much space. And Cruyff is doing a very good job of playing that midfield role, but I also think he's slightly off the pace with Dewsbury Hall. He's not as quick as Dewsbury Hall. So if we have anybody else who potentially could come in there and help, like Nonto tracking Dewsbury Hall back, then that might be an opportunity. And like Liam B says as well, also playing down that left-hand side where you've got Hamza Chowdhury playing in here up against Somerville, I think you're going to have a lot more joy. You're going to have a lot more joy down here than you are on this side, because that's where James Justin is, who is a proper out-and-out left-back with a lot of pace. So I think it's important. I think it's important that we try and exploit some of those things that I've just talked about there. I'm just checking that everybody could actually see and hear me whilst I explained all that, because nobody said anything in the chat. Sorry, I'm just putting my headphones on so I can watch a carpet advert. But I just think that realistically, some substitutions between the 60th and 70th minute will help, because I genuinely think that Dan James up against James Justin offers James Justin more of an issue because he's so quick. Because he's so quick down there, and if there is space to exploit, you've got to imagine that Dan James getting into the box will be the one. I mean, the one thing you can say about Dan James as well is that chance when Nonto cut back on himself, I think Dan James just whacks it early, and I think that's the type of chance where he just whacks it across the goalkeeper. But yeah, so I think Dan James coming on, I think Bamford offers more than Joel Peru does. At opening up space for his teammates and playing as a hold-up man, and I also think he offers a bit more than Peru does as a player that can drop back into midfield and help out those midfielders to link up the play, because I think he seems to be a better player in that aspect. And then, of course, you've got Connor Roberts that can come on for Archie Gray as well, who can provide a little bit more defensive stability, I would say, than what Archie Gray can. Who scored for Leicester? It was Wout Faes. The corner came in from Dewsbury Hall. Patson Daka flicked it on at the near post. It went all the way to the back post, and Faes was just there to head it down into the bottom corner. Redemption met a game and saying, other than Nonto's heavy touch, I thought he played well. Somerville had limited touches and made it seem forced when he had it. Yeah, I think the reason for that, though, for Somerville is because he just didn't get enough service out there. Everything seemed to want to go down that right-hand side for what's his face? Nonto. And I think that was... Yeah, I think Nonto's done okay, but a lot of our attacking play has been cut out by our own mistakes, by just poking the ball a little bit too far, just heavy touches, and I think So I think a wholesale changes down that right hand side for Dan James and Connor Roberts to come on for Nonto and Archie Gray would really help us, I think. But the only problem is we just know that. That bloke, Daniel Farker, he just doesn't make substitutions that early in games, so I just don't think it's going to happen soon. But for me, it's the sort of change I would make at half-time, if not very early on in the second half, because I just do think that sometimes you need to make a change when you see it, rather than leave it, see how it goes, and then do it. So, yeah, for me, I think changes need to be made, but we'll have to see what he does with those. Of course, people are voting on that now when they think the first substitution is going to be. It's no disrespect to Gray at all. I think he's just he's better suited for those other games where we're playing against more defensive teams. But because Leicester are going to come at us, we need to put what do you call him on a dedicated right back. If it was me, I would bring them on earlier, but I just don't think that might happen. Somerville very quiet. Yeah, again, I think it's just because it's not going down his side. He's not getting the service. I hope this game starts again soon, because it seems like it's been about 4 hours since the first half ended. Yeah, I think Mr. P talking about Firpo and Somerville haven't really seen much of the ball yet, because it's not really gone down their side, and he's also saying that Ruter's lost the ball. It seems every time it's been played up to him. Yeah, it does seem like that, because I think he's taking heavy touches and stuff, and I think he's thinking that those defenders are the same as the other defenders he's playing, where he can go past 3 or 4 of them. But when you've got Vestergaard, James Justin, and I don't know, Winks all stood together, you can't go through them all. You have to go past one and pick a pass, or do you know what I mean? Like, he seems to be trying to take everything on, but just pick a pass out and just play the ball to somebody else. I think we've got an interview with Stuart Dallas here. Just watching this Stuart Dallas interview. Not giving anything away, really, Dallas. Yeah, I think Peru as well. He just needs a chance to fall to him and actually just put it in the back of the net. He's one of those strikers where you always think he's going to score until he doesn't. We just don't know on Dallas. We just don't know. Yeah, it was his femur, the one that they say is a car crash injury. Like, you don't break that unless you've been in a car crash or something that takes something of that force. So it's a freak accident. I mean, we've got to just try at least a draw in this game is what we need. At least a draw. Players are heading back out onto the pitch. Looks like to be no changes so far at half-time from players I've seen. Nonto going back out there. Peru going back out there. Do you think they offer Dallas the extra year? Not going to see him this season, but I think he deserves an extension. I think he deserves one just to see if he can get back. Right, we're back. I think we're back. Yeah. Yeah, it all just went down the pan for a second there. I don't know why, but we are back. Archie Gray throws it into Nonto and then tries to play it down the line to Peru, but it's away by Leicester. Ball still in play here, and the ball with now Groif across to Ampadu. Now, remember, everybody, anyone that's new that's joining as well, don't say anything in the chat if a goal goes in at either end, as I won't have seen it yet. Firpo's just given the ball away to Fatawu, who tries to shoot from way out, and Meslier doesn't have to worry too much about that one. Yeah, I mean, he's just gone for that there, and it's terrible. Leeds can come forward here. He's fast heading it away, and it's going to be a throw into Leeds right by the Leicester corner flag. Leeds putting the pressure on early in this second half, trying to force mistakes from Leicester and try and open up a chance here. It's going to be a goal kick, I think, to Leicester. It is. I literally just said, don't say anything if a goal goes in at either end. And if you're joking, then you're banned anyway. So it's Firpo. And now Pereira comes forward. Plays the ball out wide to Mavididi. Mavididi tries to play it in the box. Dropped off to Mavididi again. Shoots. Good block there by Ampadu. Little back heel. It's going to be a corner there. Corner to Leicester again. I think this is a bit of an anomaly, Nick, though, considering how strong the top four of the Championship is this season. Ball into the box. Nonto can get that one away now. Goes as far as Pereira, who plays it to Winks. Winks out on the right-hand side. Goes backwards here. Under a tackle by Peru, but it doesn't go away from Leicester, but now they give the ball away, and here's Kamara. Jorginho turns, Winks fouls him here, but he gets back up again and still going, Jorginho. Jorginho plays it into Somerville. Somerville still gets there, does really well. He's inside the box now, Somerville. Plays it back to Jorginho on the edge. Tries to shoot over the bar. We just drag everything over the bar. Why do we all lean back so much? Why are we obsessed with leaning back like that? We can't take our chances, you're right. Why do we lean back like that when we shoot? It's everyone. Jorginho does so well to get the ball through there, to get himself up, play the ball into Somerville, who does really well to make a tackle, to ball to Jorginho, and then Jorginho, it's not the easiest chance in the world, but just keep it down. Here's Ampadu. Kamara now. Now Firpo. Plays it all the way back to Meslier, who is going to have to play this one first time and long, and does. Up to the halfway line. Fast with a header forwards. Here's Ampadu. Ampadu brings it forward. This is another way for us to... Oh, Ampadu loses the ball there. And then Firpo wins it back. This is another... What I was talking about at half-time with them packing the midfield and having an extra person in there. Another way for us to subvert that. And I think something that Farke has thought about is the fact that Ampadu can charge out from the back and become a midfielder temporarily as he brings the ball forward. And that can really even up the numbers in there. Because one person's going to have to go to him. Archie Gray's lost the ball there. And here's Dewsbury Hall. Archie Gray trying to win it back off him. But here's Mavididi. Leeds forcing them back here, but yeah, they go all the way back to Vestergaard. He's fast now. Down the line to Fatawu, but he's going to have to go backwards here. Turns and still keeps the ball, but then Firpo, wins it. Here's Kamara. Kamara being held onto the whole time by Pereira, who's already on a yellow card. Plays it back to Ampadu. Here's Groif. Now Rodon across to Ampadu. Ampadu tries to play it forward there. Now Pereira. There's a bit of a counter-attack here for Leicester City. Ball with Dewsbury Hall, and they're going to have to go wide again. Mavididi now. He's got Dewsbury Hall on the overlap. Goes backwards, though, to Winks. Then out wide to Dewsbury Hall. Back to Justin, and then Winks goes all the way back to Vestergaard, who hoofs that into touch because Daka is down. Yellow card for who? For Ampadu. What for? That's not a yellow card. He just tries to block a pass. Why? I'm sorry, but as people have absolutely crunched me studs up challenges before, and I've never screamed like that. There is no need to scream like that, is there? What do I think of Somerville and Nonto switching sides? I think it defeats the point. I think it defeats the point of what we were saying about the fact that it's easier to play down that left-hand side. So play Somerville down there, but just play the ball down there. Not just play the ball down the right-hand side, but to Somerville instead of Nonto. Just watching Daka walk off the pitch now so that Leeds can carry on, and they'll play with 10 men for 30 seconds as Leeds are going to probably just hoof the ball back to them. Yeah, they give it all the way back to the goalkeeper, and then they can start again here. Hermansen sends that one long up the pitch. It's going to go all the way through to Meslier. Here's Rodon. Now Ampadu. Firpo with a heavy touch, and Fatawu has come away with it here. Fatawu on the edge of the box now, looking to cut back inside. Now Firpo's fallen over, blocked there. Good turn by Glenn Kamara and a good ball as well. Somerville's going to have to try and come across and get that, but Justin does first. And now little flick has hit the referee, and it's going to be a ball back to Leicester there. Oh, my God. Firpo. Jesus. Winks across to Justin. Out wide to Mavadidi now on the left-hand side. Archie Gray up against him. Good foot there from Dewsbury Hall's pass by Archie Gray, but it's still gone back to Mavadidi here, who looks to play the ball into the box towards Pereira, who Meslier can just pick that one up nicely, but Leeds left Pereira again there. That's what I said early on in that first half. Pereira is dangerous at making those runs forward late, and you just can't quite get enough on that to put it past Meslier, but Leeds have got to... yeah, Firpo's having a little bit of a nightmare at the moment. He just needs to... he just needs to relax a little bit and concentrate. Here's Groif across to Joe Roden. Now Piru. Piru nearly wiped out there by Vestergaard, but here's Piru again. Oh, tries to play the ball into Somerville, but now Winks comes away with it and gives it to Daka, who's miraculously fine again. Good tackle there by a combination of Kamara and Jorginho, just enough to force them to go backwards. Here's Chowdhury. Back to Hermansen and then out wide to Fass. Here's Ricardo. Now Winks, given time to just turn and come forward here. But Leeds are starting to pack that midfield a little bit more with Jorginho and Piru both dropping in. Oh, ball into Dewsbury Hall here, and he's slipped, but still giving the ball back to Daka, who gives it out wide for Mavadidi. Mavadidi up against Archie Gray. Tries to shoot. What a save that is from Meslier. That is a really, really good save by Illan Meslier there. That's a powerful shot. That is a powerful shot, and he's done really well to save that. That is an excellent save from Meslier there. Like, unbelievable stuff. I think we need to make some substitutions some point soon to try and stretch them, because at the moment we've not really given them enough threat for them to have to worry about it. Ball into the box here from the corner. Headed away this time by a Leicester player. I think that's going to be a Leeds goal kick, is it? Oh no, it's going to be another corner, I think. There hasn't been any half-time changes other than moving Somerville from left to right and vice versa with Nonto. Ball comes into the box again, headed away by Nonto this time. Now Mavadidi goes backwards there to Winks. Chips it back towards the box again, headed in, and then Ampadu can hopefully get rid of that one, and he does. He sends it long. Long up towards Nonto. Nonto can't bring it down, and Ricardo's going to have to do something with it here. And he plays it into James Justin. James Justin towards the halfway line now. Now Winks. Ball forward from James Justin into Mavadidi up against Archie Gray. Good foot there by Archie Gray, but it is another corner to Leicester. God. Leicester have won 75% of the aerial duels and Leeds have won 25%. It's not great. But Roberts for Gray, James for Nonto, Bamford for Piru. I think those need to happen. I think they really offer you something more. Ball into the box again from a corner. Hits the bar and away, and then scored. Came from an offside position. Daka came from an offside position there to score that. Thank God. Thank God for that. Daka came from an offside position at the back post to come across and put that in there. The first header just hit the bar. Let's have a look. Was this offside? Yeah. Yeah, he's offside, Daka. Nonto tackled there, and Winks can come forward again with Daka, and then the ball into Dewsbury Hall, and Ethan Ampadu goes down under an alien flop there for Dewsbury Hall, and Leeds can win a free kick inside their own box. But we did get a grip of this game, as Sir Giles says, and honestly, God, it's frustrating. Checking that fan's on so my camera doesn't overheat. It's a powerful header for Vestergaard, but I don't know why. They're back in the box here again. Mavididi, good save by Meslier, but bloody hell. Guess this is what would happen to us in the Premiership. Oh, let's just not think about that yet, Sajal. Let's just not think about that. Got to get out of this division first. Here's Rodon. Now Meslier. Back to Gruev here, or Groif. Leeds kind of look out of options here. Leicester are seeming to play a little bit deeper now, and leaving Leeds to have a little bit more of the ball and not pressing as much. Although Chowdhury did come charging out to force Somerville to go backwards there. Oh, God. Ball back to Ampadu eventually is... Well, Ipswich are the ones who won last night, or whenever they played, and here's Ampadu. Back to Gruev. Leeds just not really even trying to come forward at the moment. Here's Groif. Out wide to Somerville. Well, not so wide, but Somerville, Firpo. Firpo just blasts it at Somerville's feet, and Somerville has to... Well, he's never going to take a good touch there, is he? But... I feel like I didn't change anything at half-time. That's the thing. Chowdhury's going to try and send that one long. Goes all the way to Joe Rodon there. Here is Rodon. Cross to Ampadu. Joe Rodon. It's not a terrible performance, is it? Leicester are the best side in the division by quite a lot, and here's Ampadu. Ampadu comes forward. Ball into Somerville. Poked away by Winks as far as Dewsbury Hall, and then Gruev can try and get on Dewsbury Hall, but that's a really good ball from Dewsbury Hall into Mavididi. He's coming towards the box here, and then he's missed it. He's completely missed it. He was a one-on-one with the goalkeeper there and completely missed it. How on earth has he missed that? That's a really good pass from Dewsbury Hall, but again, Archie Gray's just not quick enough, and he's not a fullback, so he's like... I think Archie Gray just does just enough to put him off, you know. I think Archie Gray just doesn't enough. Here's Nonto. Leeds are going to have to go backwards here just because they've packed so many players back. Here's Ampadu. Now Kamara. Somerville. Chowdhury up his arse as usual. Kamara. Ampadu. Here's Joe Rodon. Groif. Back to Rodon. Across to Ampadu. Very much second best tonight there, Premiership quality. Yeah, well, they've got a lot of the same Premier League players, haven't they? If you think about how many Premier League players that we actually still have, not a massive amount that have actually played in the Premier League. Gruev hasn't played in the Premier League. Kamara hasn't played in the Premier League. Ampadu and Rodon have barely played in the Premier League. Archie Gray hasn't. Firpo. Oh, look, Bamford and James. So, whoever said the 60th to the 70th minute was right. Nonto is coming off. Dan James coming on and Bamford for Joel Peru. These are the substitutions that we suggested. Hopefully this makes a difference. But at the moment, I mean, let's face it, we've just won 8 games out of 8. We are enjoying ourselves at the moment and we're playing the best side in the division. So it was going to be a difficult game. Here is Dan James with his first touches. Gets the ball back to Archie Gray and then Bamford into Jorginho. Jorginho tries to spray the ball out to Somerville and it just goes out for a throw-in. Farke telling them to calm down. Is this the earliest Farke's made subs? One of the earliest, but I think he could see that it wasn't working. I would like to see Connor Roberts on for Gray, though, as well. Firpo can try and clear that one, and it hits Fatawu, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Ampadu gets ready to take it. Ampadu throws that one as far as he can down the line, but headed away by Chowdhury. Leeds nearly win the ball back, but here's Dewsbury Hall, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds after a foul on Kamara by Fatawu. We'd rather see Firpo swap, but no left back on the bench. Yeah, exactly. That's the issue. I mean, is Byram's still not fit, is he? So here's Dan James running away from James Justin. This is just what I talked about. Here's Jorginho on the edge of the box. Jorginho into Somerville at the back post. Somerville shoots. It's deflected and back to Somerville again. Now Kamara. Back to Somerville. Somerville again. Jorginho. Back to Somerville. Somerville in the box. Tries to shoot. It's away. And then Chowdhury has managed to chip that one away to Fatawu, who can come away with it here. Lee's going to try and win the ball back, though, and they can do nearly through Dan James, but Winks manages to turn and give the ball to Dewsbury Hall, who again is in acres of space as he comes forward and finds Mavididi again on the wing. Mavididi's touch is terrible, though, and it goes out for a Leeds throw in. But this is what we talked about. Dan James just being able to turn and play. Ball back out to Archie Gray. Archie Gray comes inside and gives the ball to Jorginho. Jorginho's touch is heavy, but he's still going here. Jorginho inside the box. Here's Somerville. Tries to find a way to get the ball to Bamford, who has to take a nice little touch and then poke it. And then Bamford shoots! Caught by the goalkeeper. In the end. Better from Leeds, though. This injection of Bamford and Roadrunner. It's made a difference already. And you can see that Leicester are trying to slow things right down. Leicester are taking their time over this goal kick. Ball played out to Fass. First shot. Is that our first shot on target as soon as Bamford comes on? Ball back to Hermansen. Bamford's going to press him. Ooh, he goes the same way as Bamford and Fass gets the ball. Played forward. Heavy touch there by Daka, but it goes to Chowdhury. It's going to be a Leeds throw in there. Now Kamara. Now Groif. Forward to Dan James. Dan James inside to Kamara. Kamara can turn here. This is what I'm talking about. He opens up a bit of space, and now Ampadu has it. He has players out wide him in Firpo. Or a player. Now Groif. Back to Kamara, and then out wide to Ampadu again. Ampadu plays it to Firpo. Firpo back to Ampadu. Leeds need to find a way through this Leicester defence because they are sitting in now and offering Leeds the chance to come forward at them, but not if Leeds play the ball straight to a Leicester player. James Justin could have counter-attacked them, but he just let that through his legs. Why are we watching so many replays of the Daka disallowed goal when there's actually a game happening right now? Yeah, they're saying that the goal should have stood. But it's because it came off Jorginho, not off Chowdhury. Here's Hermansen. Goes all the way through to Meslier. Meslier to Ampadu. Now Kamara back to Ampadu. Cruyff now. To Kamara. Now Firpo. Back to Ampadu again. Cruyff can come forward here. He's got a little bit of space. Plays it to Firpo. Firpo tries to play it inside to Kamara, but it's a little touch from the defender that takes it away, and then Jorginho fouls Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, Penny Lane saying no more excuses now. Let's hit the target. We just need to hit the bloody target, don't we? I think Fatawi is just not as good as Mavadidi, so they try and go down that left-hand side more. Yeah, they are slowing it down a lot. They're frustrating us. They're stopping Leeds being able to play the football they want to play, and they're also creating that. That kind of back line that is just packed with players. Here's Justin as they go backwards again here. Bamford chasing down. Bamford wins the ball off Vestergaard here, and then Vestergaard wins it back. And luckily for Leicester, they managed to get the ball back to Hermansen. Bamford nearly had a chance to get through on goal scot-free then. Here's Hermansen with it. Bamford presses and then Hermansen sends it long. And header can be won by Cruyff. Archie Gray's got Mavadidi all over his back and Leeds can take the free kick. Here's Rodon. Back to Ampadu. Now Cruyff. Kamara. Have you noticed how Kamara will never take a shot or play a long pass? He always plays a short pass. Here's Somerville. Leeds had made a run there, but nobody found the man. Cleared away there by Vestergaard, but it is going to be a throw into Leeds out on that right-hand side, about halfway inside the Leicester half, and it is Connor Roberts who's getting ready to come on. So the 3 substitutions that we all said were the ones that needed to be made seem to be the ones that are being made. Here's Kamara back to Cruyff again, across to Ampadu now, and then Ampadu back to Cruyff again as he comes over the halfway line looking for an opportunity to pass the ball forward. Tries to play it back to a Leeds player there, but he's lost out, and now Leicester are coming through here as Ricardo Pereira tries to play the ball into Patson Daka, and he just completely misses the entire target. Terrible. But, oh my God, that's a let-off. That is such a let-off. That is an absolute let-off, but we really... They should be 3-0 because their goal was on... Their goal that Daka scored before was onside. But Leeds should not be giving the ball away like that. Connor Roberts is coming on then. Leeds were after Daka, yeah. Oh, Archie Gray's now playing left back and Connor Roberts is playing right back. Here's Meslier. I mean, I can't see anything, but here's Ampadu. Now Kamara. Cruyff. Now Rodon. Plays it into Dan James, who's going to have to go back to Rodon here, and then potentially all the way back to Meslier, but no, he's going to go across to Ampadu. Here's Somerville. Again, Chowdhury just runs all the way to get right up on Somerville and force him to go backwards. So Somerville's just not getting any joy down that side. He's been a lot more aggressive than he was in the first half, Chowdhury. But if Somerville can provide a 1-2 and then get around Chowdhury, then that opens up the space behind him. But Somerville keeps kind of just playing it backwards. Ball from Ampadu towards Bamford there, but Leeds can pick up the seconds through Archie Gray. Here's Ampadu again. Now Kamara. Back to Ampadu and then across to Groif. Now Groif again into Joe Rodon and then across to Ampadu again. Leeds just playing it around at the back here, and it's kind of frustrating to watch because you need to go forward at this point. 15 minutes left. Here's Groif again, back to Rodon. Now Ampadu. Here's Jorginho. So Somerville. Now Kamara, back to Somerville. Leicester doing such a good job of just forcing Leeds back and not allowing us to create anything here. Here's Jorginho, who loses out to Fatawu here, who comes forward with it. Kamara has fouled him there, so that's going to be a yellow card, I think, to Kamara. Oh, God. Harry Winks to take this free kick then. Plays it to Ricardo Pereira, who goes back to Fass. And all the way back to Hermansen then, who can clear that one long. It's going to go all the way through to Ampadu, who can just head it back to Meslier. Meslier rolls it out to Rodon here. Now Connor Roberts. Back to Rodon. Now Meslier. Meslier has to send that one long because he's under a bit of pressure. Bamford battling with Vestergaard, and Leeds nearly managed to get the ball through Jorginho, but Vestergaard comes away with it. Here's Dewsbury Hall. And then back into Vestergaard and played backwards towards James Justin here, and then Leeds eventually win the ball back through Joe Rodon, intercepting it. Now Groif across to Ampadu. Kamara. Bamford into Jorginho. Out wide to Connor Roberts now. Connor Roberts plays it, tries to play it to Dan James. Dan James is going to get there and win Leeds a throw-in. Oh, God. Looks like a substitute for Leicester. Cannon and McAteer are both coming on. Mavadidi coming off. And I don't know who the other player is coming off yet. Mavadidi is taking so long to get off the pitch here. Yeah, he's just running. He's just slowly walking off the pitch. Farker's remonstrating with the fourth official here. I'm not sure he can do much to make him go off the faster, but the referee should have been. Here's Connor Roberts with the throw-in then. They always do for anybody who's not Leeds, Justin. As long as they're not Leeds, they'll be singing their praises and slagging off Leeds. Here's Joe Rodon. Now Groif. To Connor Roberts. Oh, Connor Roberts has just given the ball straight to Harry Winks there. Ball back out to Dewsbury Hall. And then down the line to McAteer. McAteer to Dewsbury Hall and then Winks and then backwards again. And Leeds are going to try and come up the pitch a little bit. Ball with Hermansen now. They've sent it up long. It's going to go all the way through to... Honestly, the amount of kicks that Hermansen's done that have gone all the way through to Meslier. I don't know if he's time wasting or what, but... Or he's just a terrible distributor, but... Why? Why did they all go through to the goalkeeper? I think I would have taken a point before kickoff, to be honest. Here's Ampadu coming forward with it. Charging forward here, Ampadu. Comes inside now. Plays the ball out to Connor Roberts. Now Dan James. Dan James up against McAteer. Tries to cross the ball into the box. Cleared, but it is going to be a Leeds throw-in. Oh, God. Groif spreads the play to Ampadu. Ampadu into Kamara. Back to Rodon again. Now Connor Roberts. Kamara. Jorginho. Jorginho coming into the box here, trying to get the ball across. It's bouncing around. Here's Connor Roberts! Yes! Connor Roberts smashes it into the bottom corner as the ball bounced up to him. The Leeds fans go mental, and we are back on terms. Get in! The Welsh Dragon truly roars in Leeds. Come on! Oh, what a time to score. Connor Roberts, you beauty. Vestergaard, I think, just pops it straight up to Connor Roberts, who just smashes it across the goal, right into the bottom corner. Get in. Thank God for that. Vestergaard just, left a trailing leg, just backed it off to Connor Roberts, who just smashes it in and then just does the Jude Bellingham. Ampadu fouled there, and Leeds can have a free kick. Joe Rodon. Now Ampadu. Forward to Bamford, who can't bring that one down. The ball back with Vestergaard now. Leeds must remain calm after scoring that equaliser. Great challenge by Gruev. Great challenge by Kamara. And Leeds fans love that, I can tell you. And it's going to be a throw into Leeds. Leeds fans are proper getting up for this now. Here's Roberts. Throws it into Jorginho. Tries to turn his man, but can't quite. But the ball does go back to Dan James here. Oh, no. Cleared away again. And here's Ricardo Pereira back with Fass. He's going to try and send the ball long. Here's Ampadu, who can go all the way back to Meslier here. Here's Ampadu. I'm just smiling at the Leeds fans, just the voice that they're in now. Here's Groif. Across to Joe Rodon. Now Connor Roberts. Jorginho manages to turn and then he's fouled there by McAteer. I think it is a substitute, and Leeds can have a free kick here. Oof. God. Here's Jorginho. Down the line to Dan James, who's going to try and cross it in the box here. It doesn't quite go to Connor Roberts, and Leicester might be able to counter-attack, but not if Jorginho has anything to say about it. Here's Jorginho, and now Connor Roberts. Jorginho's still in the box here. Gets the ball to Archie Gray on the edge. Archie Gray shoots with his left. Deflected! 2-1! Oh my God! Archie Gray's deflected shot. 2-1 Leeds, and we're in front at Elland Road. Come on! Can you believe it? That's what the crowd does for you. That's what the 12th man does for you. Leeds United now lead 2-1 against Leicester, and the fans are going mental. Archie Gray gets a deflected goal that comes off of Fass. The Leicester players are having a go at the referee, but I'm not sure there was anything wrong with that at all. And Leeds United are in the lead going into the final 10 minutes of the game. Woof. Jorginho did so well to win the ball back in the first place. Then Connor Roberts got tackled, but Jorginho still managed to get it back to Archie Gray. Archie Gray put it on his left foot, hit it with his left. It hits Chowdhury and then Fass, I think, and then goes in the back of the net. Get in. Yeah, it's a double deflection and goes in the bottom corner there. Oh, fantastic stuff. There's just a shirtless Leeds fan walking along behind the goal as this one was about to go in, going, go on. Eddie Gray smiling his head off in the stand. And you would, wouldn't you? Come on, Leeds. Enzo Maresca takes a big long blink there. Daka sits on the bench, absolutely devastated about the chances that he missed. Here's James Justin with a long ball forward, headed on by Fatawu. And now Ricardo Pereira. Good tackle there from Ethan Ampadu. That was a perfectly good tackle from Ampadu. Are you... What? Oh, come on, Leeds. Hold on to this. Got to hold on to this. Leeds fans now going absolutely mental in the crowd. Come on, Leeds. Oh, my God. It looks unbelievable there now. The South Stand's going absolutely mental. The whole stadium's bouncing as Dewsbury Hall's about to take this free kick. But Leeds need to concentrate. Keep that concentration up. Dewsbury Hall stands over this one. Dewsbury Hall with one arm up as he takes this free kick. Dewsbury Hall into the box. Headed away there. Only as far as McAteer, and now Leeds can come away with it on the counter-attack. Here's Jorginho. He's got Dan James ahead of him, the quickest player on the pitch, and he's tackled there by Winks, who somehow still stays hold of it. And then Connor Roberts with an unbelievable tackle that goes all the way up as Dan James is trying to chase down Ricardo Pereira, and I think it's going to be a foul there, is it? Oh, no, I think he's still playing, and now Ricardo Pereira is trying to start on Dan James, and Chowdhury just picks up Dan James and moves him away from the situation, but I think it was just a little touch there that knocked Ricardo Pereira down. There's no card in it or anything. It's just they're getting frustrated now because they're behind. Dan James was just trying to win the ball there. Thank you, Akira. I really appreciate the super sticker. Ampadu with a great challenge there, but here's Chowdhury trying to play out from the back. Vestergaard plays it across to Fass, who was the free man there. Across back to Vestergaard again. Here's Winks trying to play forward into Dewsbury Hall. Back to Winks again and then played out wide to McAteer. Connor Roberts with a crunching tackle there, which is going to be a yellow card. And he's going to... a chance for them to put the ball into the box again. I mean, if I see that again, it might have been a red card from Connor Roberts there, but I think it was a yellow card in the end. Let's have a look. No, yeah, it's not a red. He tried to just get the ball, but he missed it. It's a yellow card. It's a fair yellow card, that, but they do have a chance now to put the ball back in the box. Oh, God. How is that Connor Roberts' fourth yellow card? Thank you, Zoe. I really appreciate that. Thanks for joining us. Dewsbury Hall then with the chance to put the ball into the box again for Leicester here, and Leeds need to maintain concentration in these moments. Somerville is the only man in the wall for this, and they are going to try and put it in the box. Dan James is marking the player on the edge. Vautfas is complaining of a bit of holding by Ilya Gruev. Ball into the box. Headed over the bar, and Leeds fans celebrate as Meslier can take his sweet time with this goal kick. Apparently, it's going to go down as an own goal. It shouldn't go down as an own goal. It was on target. Archie Gray's face as that went in. It's gone down as an own goal, though, but... Meslier can take his time over this goal kick. He still hasn't taken it yet. Maresca's going mad. Bamford with a good little flick on there, but that's going to go all the way through to Hermansen, who can pick it up. Oh, Kamara nearly got the ball off Chowdhury there. And it's been poked out wide, but Connor Roberts can pick up the ball. Meslier got a yellow card for time wasting then. And now Kamara. Kamara goes backwards again to Ampadu. Now Rodon. Maresca seems like the match matters or something. Mellier's going to send that one long up the pitch. Good winner by Bamford there. And now Jorginho plays the ball down the line to Somerville, who, if he can get there, can either hold it in the corner or try and get it in the box now. Here is Somerville. Up against Fatawu. Tries to get the ball into the box towards the back post. It's headed out to the edge, but picked up again by Gruev. Really good header out wide to Archie Gray. Now Kamara. Into Somerville. Somerville's in the box now. Somerville in the box. Just a chance to shoot. It's poked past everyone and away. And then Roberts shoots and it's blocked. And it's gone only to Dewsbury Hall who can come forward with it. But now Jorginho does really well to tackle him there. And it's going to be a free kick to Leicester. Thanks, Karen. I really appreciate the super chat. Oh my God. This is crazy end-to-end stuff. Jayden Anthony is now being prepared. I think Jayden Anthony is coming on for Somerville. Just a pair of fresh legs, I guess. He's a bit more physical as well. Remember, guys, don't tell me anything before it happens. In fact, I think I'm actually going to close the chat until the end of the game. Just so I don't see anything, you know, like even if someone says it's full time or anything like that, just so I don't see anything, I'm just closing the chat for a minute. Of course, you can all still see me, but just for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to put that on again. It's about a few seconds behind, but I'll put that on so you have a rough idea of when the 5 minutes is up for me. Here's Vestergaard playing the ball into midfield to Dewsbury Hall. Back to Winks. Winks plays it out to Fass. Now Chowdhury. Winks back to Chowdhury again. Chowdhury tries to play it long, but Kamara takes it. Here's Kamara. Back to Jayden Anthony. Tries to play the ball into Bamford, but they've won it back here. And now Winks plays it forward. Cannon plays it back, and then Dewsbury Hall plays a really good ball out to the... Oh, no, it's not. It's a terrible ball. It's going to go out for a Leeds goal kick as Meslier takes his time. Meslier needs to be careful not to get a second yellow for time wasting here. Just needs to be careful, Meslier. Why would you leave early as a Leicester fan in this game? I just don't get it. I mean, I'd like to see the game, ideally. Meslier going to take this goal kick long then. Up towards the halfway line. Here's Gruev. Gets the ball back again here. Gives the ball to Dan James. Dan James trying to get the ball across the box. It's dragged back behind everyone and away by Chowdhury in the end, who can play it out wide to Fatawu, who Archie Gray is trying his best to tackle right now, and he fouls him, but it's a good foul to make because it slows them right down, right by their own box. Good mature play there from Archie Gray, and he goes back into his left-back position as Fast can bring it forward. Here's... Oh, Dan James wins that ball there, and now Jorginho can come forward with it. Leeds have got a few players forward here as Jorginho strides towards the box. He's still going, Jorginho. That's a foul, and that's going to be a yellow card to Vestergaard, and Leeds have a free kick right on the edge of the box. Right on the edge. That was very close to being a penalty, you know. And Vestergaard misses the next 2 matches as well. This could be huge. Yeah, Jorginho does so well with his dribbling there, though. If he hadn't have been fouled, he would have been through on goal. Oof. Yannick Vestergaard's 10th yellow card. He misses the next 2 games against QPR and Sunderland, and Leeds have a free kick in the just outside the box here. Looks like Bamford, Anthony, and Dan James have stood over it. I mean, Dan James hit the bar with his last free kick. Who's to say he doesn't bag this in the top corner? Ooh, God, I'm nervous. Ooh, smash that like button, everybody. Dan James stands over this free kick. Leeds fans watch on and pray. Leeds fans singing Leeds are falling apart again. Here's James. Stood over this free kick here. Dan James. Buries it! 3-1, and we've absolutely done it. We've beaten Leicester 3-1. Come on, the Leeds. Can you believe it? Dan James has buried it. Oh my God. Leeds United have come back, and they have come back with an absolute vengeance to beat Leicester City 3-1 at Elland Road. Parag Marath celebrates in the stadium here. Leeds United's 9th win in a row, still unbeaten at Elland Road. Dan James just smashes it straight at the keeper. I think it actually deflects off Bamford, you know. It whacks off Bamford, and then goalkeeper just can't keep it out, and Leeds have gone 3-1 up. Get in there. Absolutely get in there. What an unbelievable feeling this is. 1-0 down to come back and win 3-1. Thanks, Liam. Appreciate that. Huge win, Rob saying. Absolutely. Ball out wide to Ricardo Pereira. Played back by Cannon. Bamford with a really good tackle on Chowdhury and then fouled by him. And that's such excellent forward play by Bamford to win that for Leeds there. Leeds going to take their time over this, but it is officially 5 minutes now on the clock that I'm looking at. Ampadu, I think, is going to send this long. I mean, if I was him, I'd be hoofing it up into that far corner there. He's going to play it into the near corner, right up towards Chowdhury, who heads it back. But then Leeds can win it through Gruev. Down the line to Anthony, who takes a touch and now plays it inside to Bamford. He was fouled there, Anthony, and Leeds can win a free kick and take their time. Leeds are taking their time over this. I mean, do we just win every game from now on? Do we win every game left in the season? Because who's stopping us? At this point, who's stopping us? Thanks, Penny. Here's Jorginho. Thank you, Akira, for the super sticker. That is the final whistle as Leeds United have beaten Leicester 3-1 at home. Oh, so do you know what's good about that? Even Leicester can say that they had that disallowed goal, right? Leicester can say that they had that disallowed goal that was a fair goal, which it was, but we still would have won 3-2. So shut up. We still would have won 3-2. So shut up, Leicester. Get in there. Do you know how good that feels? That absolutely class. Oof. Right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. 9th straight win in a row. 9th straight win in a row. That is 27 points out of a possible available 27. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me and making it even more enjoyable than it was already. If you haven't already, go and check out the... Oh, actually, no. Subscribe to the channel and there'll be a match reaction after this and plenty more content on the way. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching me. Leeds United have just won 3-1 against Leicester City. What a performance and what a result. Thanks, Mr. P. Really, really appreciate the super chat as well, just on the way out. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Wow, wow, wow. Leeds United 3, Leicester City 1.